questionable stuff.
How do you know? Have you ever tried the questionable stuff?
I mean, it's questionable, so
That's
no.
fair. That's fair. You bring up a good point. What is he saying now?
Who?
George R.R. Martin just offered a cryptic update on the Winds of Winter. Or did he? Question mark.
He's probably still working on it. Probably said he's still working on it. Maybe I should get naked protein casein.
Well, that seems weird.
You seem weird.
Okay, well, that was oddly aggressive.
You're oddly aggressive.
Okay, good call. What the fuck?
I don't know. What the fuck?
Oh my god, this motherfucker. I swear to Christ, I'm gonna hunt him down. I'm gonna lock him in a fucking room with this weird little weird processor and just make him finish these fucking books.
He's gonna finish it after he finishes something else. Right?
So he says, where'd it go? He's talking about his blog there with I just saw the little blurb he put on there. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So the quote he put in there is, I have a new 5-year deal with HBO to create new Game of Thrones successor show and some non-related series like Road Marks for both HBO and HBO Max. I have now lost 6 friends since November, including his longtime editor, Kay McCauley. After more than a year of the COVID-19 pandemic, there's a lot of good news and bad news for everyone.
Oh, I thought he lost him because he hadn't finished the last book.
Oh my god, why? Just fucking finish the books, bro. Like,
right?
It feels like it's been a decade. Oh, wait. That's right, it has been.
Yeah.
What a jerk. What a big, talented writer-ass jerk.
Right?
I'll say this, though. I've read, obviously, a handful of, actually, it's a handful. I've read all of the out books for Game of Thrones, obviously. And I've only read one other book by him, which escapes me at this point of what it's called.
Something wasn't one of the detective books, was it?
Which one?
One of the detective books?
No, it was this one that was like, hey, if you're a fan of stuff like Dune. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it was on there, and it was like one of those things, like, I think it was Kendall was like, it's $1. I was like, oh, George R. R. Martin, I'll try it. I'll try it for $1. And it was real bad.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
Was it that, what was it? Because he had that sci-fi book that sci-fi picked up, and it wasn't very good. At least the sci-fi show wasn't very good.
Oh, you're talking about oh my god, what is that one called?
Right?
It has a weird name. What is it called? Night something?
Night Stalkers, Night Walkers, Night something, Night. Yeah, I think you're on the right track with Night.
Oh my god. Night Flyers.
Night Flyers, yeah. There you
go.
No,
that was a novella. It was, where is this one at? What? Was that a sneeze?
Me?
Yeah. No. Oh, I thought I heard a sneeze. A stifle of a sneeze.
It was either me drinking my awesome lemon lime seltzer water or the ricketiness of the table that I have.
That's a good way to put it. Ricketiness of this table that I have.
Well, it has some, noise to it when it moves,
That's
much
what
like an
she
older
said.
person.
Let's see. I'm gonna find the name of this fucking book because it was not good.
What was it about? Do you remember anything about it?
Yeah, so it's basically this dude goes to this like planet that's like essentially on the edge of like nowhere, and it's like getting ready to get sucked into like a black hole or something, or engulfed by a star. I can't remember. It's a dying planet that they were trying to like colonize, and he was brought there by his ex-wife's husband to study animals and plants because he's like a botanist or something like that. Obviously,
Okay.
clearly, it really stuck with me. Oh my god, why?
Does sound kind of familiar, but I think Stargate did an episode of that, so I'm not really sure.
I wouldn't doubt it. And basically, he goes there and like he then is being him and her are being hunted down because they're running away from him, like the new husband. And it's just this really bizarre fucking book, and it's not good. Oh my god, what is it called? It's not the I know because he wrote those wild card books. It's not those ones. Those ones he has a ton of those though, which I did not know there was fucking so many of them. There's of the wild card books there are 31. That well
Nice.
say okay I'll say this. Out now there are 28 or sorry 29. He has one coming out this year, next year, and the year after, I think.
All right.
Cross-genre anthology. No, it's not the ones. What is the name of that fucking book? I guess I should look in my Kindle app. Probably will tell me faster than anything else. Library. How do I change this to alphabetical? Well, I'm not going to go through all 1,311 books. Jesus Christ, Cody.
Right? It's ridiculous. I don't think my list is damn near 1,300, but it's in the hundreds of
God damn. I read a lot of books, apparently, huh?
book, range.
His last name starts with an M, so we'll go down to the M's. Dying of the Light
Okay.
is the name of it.
Okay.
And it is not good.
Yeah, they all can't be winners.
It's just like the characters were like no good. He wrote it in 1977.
Ooh. Wow. Was that one of his first books?
I think so. Yeah, I remember because it was nominated for both a Hugo Award and Best Novel in 78, and the British Fantasy Award. Now, mind you, it's not. Actually, no, it is not a good book. I was going to say it's not a terrible. No, it is a terrible book. It's just, it's weirdly not coherent enough,
Okay.
and it's like this weird like. Almost Blade Runner meets Dune in The Fugitive weird vibe in it. It's real weird. And it's like I don't know if he planned on making more of these or what, but I'm glad he didn't because it's not good. I'm trying to see if there's a synopsis without reading this whole fucking giant ass plot. It's a rogue planet, blah blah blah, erratic course and some intervention. can't remember why he was. I can't remember what he was there for. And there's like this, like, I don't know. It's so dumb. It's just a real bad book. I don't even know. Does this give me the option to look at book details? Does Kindle give you ratings on there? Or do I have to go to... It's got 4 stars with 263 reviews. Which seems a little bit high to me.
Yeah. People are being generous.
Yes, it's just... Man, it is so...
I'm slightly generous when I give reviews. Like, I finished Who Goes There?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not that great of a book, actually.
No?
The story is there, and a lot of the main beats of the movie are there, except for the ending is totally different.
That's good.
The characters are there for the most part, but there's way more characters in the book than there are in the movie. I swear there was like 14 characters in the book. They don't really name them all. They just say that there's a large crew at the station. Where, if I recall right, in the movie there was maybe 8 characters or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And maybe it was just me, but I felt it was. Maybe it was just me, and I think there's a problem that there's definitely a problem that they had with the formatting of the Kindle edition. Did you buy it yet and actually go through it?
I did buy it. I did not go through it yet, though.
So, whoever did the formatting for the Kindle edition, or they probably just had a computer just completely do it. It's so fucking weird.
Oh, yeah?
You'll literally have a sentence break off halfway in the middle of the sentence. It'll have like some number, like 16_2. And then the next line down is the rest of the sentence and the rest of the paragraph. And it's like, what? What's going on here?
Please explain.
Yeah, it's really weird, the way the book was formatted. But I think the writing, too, was just very... I had to go back and reread some sections just because, like, I wasn't... It felt very much like they were telling you about one part that's going on and then jumping to another part without giving you an idea that you're actually jumping somewhere else or changing time or anything like that. You were just one place and suddenly you're another. And I was so confused as to what the hell was going on at certain places. Even now, I couldn't tell you every single little beat of it.
It's only 68 pages, huh?
It was a very short story. It was.
Explains why it's in a bunch of collections of stories that he wrote, apparently. Yeah, no, like I'm finishing If It Bleeds right now, which, by the way, is 4 stories. So it's a Stephen King one.
Okay, that's where I know that from.
Yeah, it has the... I don't know why... If I was like, oh, why is he looking confused? But it's... So the main book or main story that's in it is called If It Bleeds, and that's the sequel to The Outsider.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's not as good as The Outsider is. Outsider was a full-on novel. This is more of a novella than anything else. But it's I will say this. There's the creature in it, or I don't even know what you want to call it, creature, but whatever. You've seen the show, obviously.
Right.
It's not as horrific as a creature in this one.
Okay.
He's still what?
Like it does? Like it doesn't kill like it does?
No, it's different. So remember how in The Outsider it doesn't really feed on people, you know what I mean? It feeds on the loss and like anguish people go through.
Right.
And then, like, spoiler alert, I guess, really I'm going to say, if you haven't read The Outsider or seen the show or read If It Bleeds. So in The Outsider, the Outsider, the creature, he transforms to look like somebody, then does something horrific, and then feeds off of the hurt and the pain caused by that, right?
Okay.
In If It Bleeds, it does the same. It's something similar, but it doesn't go about it the same way. Instead of transforming into like somebody and committing a crime, it changes its face to look like somebody else, and then lives its life as a news reporter.
Okay.
And covers only disasters.
Which would make sense because it's where a lot of pain, anguish, and dead bodies are.
Yeah. And then through the rest of the story, you find out that the story is told that way. Through the investigation, she basically figures out that he's done this so many times, and she finds out this other person has also been looking into him, and they have basically found news footage of this outsider with a slightly different face, but you can still tell it's them throughout time, all the way back to the Hindenburg.
Oh, wow.
Like they think the news, obviously video recording news didn't go that far back, but they have like feelings that he's that far back, and they have footage of him from like the Kennedy assassination, and all these things. And then they start seeing him, like, they even brings into like more current stuff, like the shooting of that the gay nightclub in Florida a couple of years back.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
He was the reporter there, and he was like talking to somebody, but he has a slightly different face, so he doesn't just show up as this random person. He has this multi-year career as a news person in these towns, and then his biggest stories are disasters or things where people are in anguish. And the way the story goes is this package is delivered to this elementary school that ends up being a bomb that blows up, killing several people, including kids.
Mm-hmm.
And he's reporting on the bombing, and they find out that it's him that actually said it.
Oh, wow.
That actually it was him that delivered the bomb, but he changed his face. And then he was the first on the scene to report, and he was helping clear the wreckage for bodies and interviewing people and things like that. And then it turns out that he is basically manufacturing his own food source by causing these things, and they think that he is the one that actually did the shooting at the nightclub, and he's the one that did like all these different things. And that's more recent than it is, like, they don't think he was the one that made like a plane crash that only like one person survived, or like the Kennedy assassination. He just got that, like, he needed that hunger, so he basically started manufacturing his own terrible things that happen.
Gotcha.
Kind of like in the way like Brady, like, you've never read him or seen the show, but in the where these ones kind of spurred off from, which is the Bill Hodges books. There's a villain in those, mainly the first and the last one, Brady Hartsfield. He wanted to hurt people to make himself feel better, so he's the one that drove the Mercedes through the crowd of people at the job fair that caused the whole thing to start in the very first book. And then he tried to blow up a concert full of preteens.
Okay.
But then they find out, obviously, he's just as mortal as you can be, especially after getting your brain bashed in by a sock full of quarters, or ball bearings. I can't remember which one it is. And in this one, obviously in The Outsider and in If It Bleeds, it's more supernatural than it was in those books, even though the third book had a big supernatural twist to it, but I'm not going to talk about that. So that's interesting. But the other three stories in it, I'm not finished the last one, I think it's called The Rat. But it's the first one is probably, is it the first one or is it the second one? I think it's the first one. Yeah, it's the first one. Called Life of Chuck, and it's real fucking strange. Which I know it seems weird to say about a Stephen King one, but it starts off. I'll let you read if you want to read it. You can. I mean, on your own terms when you get there. But like, it's this weird thing where like
when Stephen King stops writing books.
Okay, yeah. Okay, bud.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's weird because it starts off like this world, like the world is essentially coming to an end, and like it focuses on this dude, not named Chuck, who's a teacher, and like there's natural disasters going on, and the internet is going out, and there's like power fluctuations, and there's like solar flares, and like essentially the world is coming to an end, right? And these signs that start coming up keep saying 29 great years, thanks for everything, Chuck.
Okay.
And it's so weird. And like it's just like this dude's smiling face. And first it's on billboards, and then it's on like ads on the internet, and like there's an ad in front of like Netflix and like all these different things, right? And then like the world is getting worse. Like the internet just like completely goes out. There's a giant sinkhole that opens up in the middle of the main street, and the dude can't go to work the next day, so he just goes to visit his ex-wife. And like they're sitting there and they're like having a candlelit dinner, and like as he gets to her neighborhood, because he had to walk because his car was stuck in back-to-back leftover parking lot known as a main street. So he walks there, and it gets dark, and all of a sudden these signs start lighting up in the windows of the houses, and it's that sign that says thanks for great 29 years, whatever, Chuck, thanks Chuck, and then the picture of that dude, and it just starts showing up in all the windows of the houses, and he's running to his ex-wife's house, and she's like, "Do you see him?" He's like, "Yeah, they're everywhere." And they're like, "We don't know, I don't know what's going on." Like, well, who is Chuck? And then all of a sudden they're in the backyard, and they're like, he's looking up, and the stars are just blinking out.
Weird.
Yeah, and and that's how it starts, and then it goes on to just this weird thing, and then when you get to the end, I think I know what happens, like what's going on. It's one of those things where like it doesn't really say what it is. And then there's
the point of the story.
Yeah, it's not one of those things where he's not Stephen King doesn't explain everything to you. A lot of writers don't explain everything to you. There's just like, ooh, what is it? And then there's Mr. Harrigan's Phone, I think it's called, which is about this little kid who's like basically paid by this old man to read books to him.
Okay.
And he ends up getting him his very first cell phone, which is the very first iPhone. And the guy passes away, and the kid's able to call the phone still. It's a really weird story, but it's pretty good. And then there's If It Bleeds, and the last one, Rat. So if you want, I mean, check it out for sure. It's very interesting.
I remember it.
Yeah, it's very Stephen King for sure. But I think I don't know how to really say with that. I know why it says there's so many things in my Kindle, because it has the Comics Unlimited stuff linked to it as well.
Yeah,
that's why. I was like,
I remember we had that contest going that one year with how many books could you read?
Yeah,
and it would count the comic books that you read through Goodreads.
Yep.
And I didn't think that was fair, because comic books are very short, and you go through a lot more of them than I do.
Yeah, so I was wondering. I was like, why there's no way I've read that many books, and that's why, because there's like 900 comic books on that list. So that makes sense. That makes way more sense,
right?
Speaking of making sense, Joe.
Read about like 16 books in a year or something like that.
Yeah, actual like real books. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think last year I got through like 24.
This year I have to look. I haven't opened up the Goodreads app in a while.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Actually, I say that, and now that I remember, I opened it up like 2 or 3 weeks ago, because they keep doing these contests, giving away the new Andy Weir book.
Yeah.
I keep getting those emails of like, we're giving this book away. Cool, sign me up for that. I want to win that.
Yeah, I want a free book.
As far as I'm aware, I haven't won it.
I haven't either.
Ooh.
I keep trying to.
Not even like a signed edition. It's just like an early edition of it.
Yeah. It's like the when I got that one from Comic-Con, remember? Mm-hmm. The one that's on the moon. What was that one called?
Artemis.
Artemis, yeah. I was like, it's good. It's the chick's name from Ready Player One. Yeah, it's like one of those. I'm guessing it's probably just a pre-release of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know that one's already been bought to make into a movie?
Yeah.
The new one, Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah. Like, has there been option?
I thought Artemis was.
Oh, Artemis was, yeah, but I don't think that's going anywhere because that's been a while. I mean, mate. I mean, who knows? But
I didn't know that the new one was.
Yeah, it was already optioned by Universal, I think, because he has a deal with them, I guess, like first look deal.
Might as well.
I'm like, Jesus, dude's like, the book's not even out yet. I mean, he's probably obviously done with it, but
well, yeah. Speaking of books, did you get the email that you can pre-order? Or no, not an email. I happened to be on. I was looking for my next book to read, and Amazon was like, "Hey, do you want to pre-order the Final Expanse book right now? That comes out later this year or early next year. I can't remember now. I think it's later this year, November."
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, it's up for pre-order.
That's depressing,
right?
Oh,
I really need Subterranean Press to finish out that fucking series, making their goddamn books.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, I'd get it, but it's.
You got yours.
Well, I got my Golden Sun.
Yeah.
Wow, that book is big.
Is it?
Yeah, like I didn't buy a physical copy of it.
Right.
I bought it digitally, obviously. But it's the Subterranean Press ones, I was like, might as well get them because I got the other ones. It's gonna be noisy, so give me a second here.
Okay.
Because your microphone's right next to a bunch of bags. All right.
Damn, that's a big book. Did Stephen King write that thing?
Look at this fucking thing, dude.
That?
This is ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like, I remember it being long, but Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, what the hell? Pierce is fucking going to town. Let's see. Page count, not about the author. 975.
900? That looks big for 975.
Yeah, dude, this is ridiculous, dude.
Like, they used real paper on that.
Yeah, this shit's fucking gnarly. It's got dope-ass pictures in it, though.
They killed some 1,000-year-old trees with that thing.
Yeah, they made some eco people very mad. I'm trying to find one of the pictures to show you. Yeah, here's one. So, like, crazy-ass fucking art in them.
Oh, too far, too close. I can't see. There you go. Oh, yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Fucking dragons?
Yeah. There's dragons in these books. I highly recommend you read these books if you haven't read them. What?
Space dragons?
Yeah, they're basically, there's, like, in this, I don't know if have you read any of these books? Have you tried reading them?
Nope.
So
the premise was just really weird to me. And
yeah.
Even though I like space books, that the whole tiered, what do you call that? I'm spacing out on the terminology for it. Class system was just like, I don't really, nah.
Yeah, and and that's essentially the basis of everything about the books.
The story, yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, it literally is like Game of Thrones and Star Wars, like.
Yeah.
Like,
and
fucking.
That's the idea that's the impression I get from the story that I understand. Yeah.
With a little Harry Potter, because there's like schooling and stuff in it. But yeah, no, they're really good books, but I mean, it's that fucking book is so long. But when I got it the other day, I got it when I got back from Colorado, because it was in the mail. I ordered that a year ago.
Yeah.
I was like, for some reason I thought it was like June, which made me feel like, okay. I was like, whatever, 10 months. Then I realized, no, I ordered that in April. Literally ordered it April 20th of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy shit, that is a long time. But that's the one that had the issues with the glue and stuff, which I understand why, because the book is fucking massive.
Fucking huge.
So I can understand why it had issues with that.
I remember when I ordered, I think it was Persepolis Rising, the last one that I got. It was it was a good like 5 months. I'd pretty much forgotten that I'd ordered it until I got it in the mail, and I was like, oh shit, that's right, I have it. I honestly could have ordered something from there right now, and I don't even know if I have or not.
Yeah, that's a true statement, sir.
I almost did order a book that they are working on right now called The Murderbot Diaries. Really good, like short stories. That's actually I'm reading the third book right now. They're like 60 pages long, so they're just short novellas.
Okay.
I think the fourth or fifth book, she actually wrote a whole novel story.
Oh my god.
Uh, but they had all of them in a collection, and it's like $150. And I was like, it was really cool artwork on the front, but I didn't really want to do $150. And then the amount of time that I spent thinking about it, they all sold out. So
Oh, it's this one, right?
yeah, it's that one.
Oh, yeah. I saw. Actually, I have. I think I have one of those on my my Kindle wish list thingy.
I would definitely suggest reading it. They're very quick, but they're actually really good.
Interessante, he
Yeah,
says. Did you ever read? I know I told you about them before. The John Scalzi books, called
I have not.
the Lock-In
No, I haven't
ones.
read it yet.
You should check those ones out because
Yeah,
they're pretty cool. Because I know you
I
read
just
a
haven't
couple
been
of
in
them,
the
right?
mood. I just haven't been in the mood to read any of his books yet.
Yeah, they're he is he is
They're very
something
different
special
books. Yeah.
for sure. Because like those ones, the Old Man's War books, and then I have the first one of the Fuzzy something or other, and then of course, like I read Red Shirts, which was awesome. I can't remember. I mean, I could probably look them up because I have stuffs. What is the name? I bought. Dude, I have like literally like 15 to 16 books just waiting for me to read them.
Yeah,
I
I
said
can't do that.
not had fucking time.
I don't understand how you can like buy so many books and just like stack them and stack them and stack them and stack them and just be like, I'll eventually get to it. Like it's a
Fucking
fucking video game collection.
yeah, I fucking forgot. I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to get this.
Yeah, I literally I finish a book and I go, what am I in the mood for? Am I in the mood for a thriller? So am I looking at like a Tom Clancy book, or am I looking at what's the next book in Stephen King's bibliography that I have to read, or Michael Crichton's bibliography that I have to read? Or do I feel like a space adventure or horror? Jesus.
Horror.
Horror novel?
Um.
Or do I dive into something new and weird like fucking Hyperion or Dune?
Well, Dune will take you for a long time because them books
Dune
ain't no
did take
joke.
me a long time to read. That thing was huge.
Yeah, and it is
I'm
dense.
a little scared to actually read the second book, but I think it's longer than the first one.
Yeah, is it Dune Messiah? Right? Is that the second one?
I actually wanted to say it's Children of Doom, but yeah, you might be right. I wouldn't know which one the second one is at all.
Uh, boom! Almost dropped
Boom,
my phone.
don't do that.
Dead Zone, Deadly Class. Wow, I read a lot of comic books. Oh, I don't. Oh my god, I don't have that one. I only have the first Dune book. What is wrong with me? How's that possible?
How is that possible? Because they didn't have Dune. Well, no, they had it. They had the Kindle version. It wasn't Whisper Sing for the longest time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I
You go
don't
to
know.
Wikipedia and look up Dune franchise.
Yeah, don't do that.
On the right hand side, they give the in-universe chronology of the books. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's no joke, dude.
So technically, the sequel to Dune, chronologically, is Whisper of Caladan Seas. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, Galaxy. It's the big sand ocean that's on the planet.
Well, I guess I'm there. There's the enunciation, yes, but there's also the chronologically, the first book is Hunting Harkonnens,
Yeah,
Hunting Harkonnens. Yeah,
yeah, because that's the one about. That's I think that's the one that's about that focuses on his dad when he was younger with the old man. What's his name? I can't remember. I remember I'm reading a bunch of synopses about him. I want to say Doom Messiah is the second one. You could be right though about Children of Dune, because I know it was the second book or a movie, a show they did. But I don't have that one, so I have Dune Messiah. So maybe I just bought that as a oh hey, this is gonna be the next one.
Dune was 1965.
So old, ridiculous.
So yeah, it was Children of Doom, Dune, 1976. And the next one, God Emperor of Dune, was 1981. Looks like Heretics of Dune was 84. Chapter House Dune is 85. And then
Original series.
House of Atreides is 1999. Then it just jumps into the 2000s. Huh.
Yeah, because other people took over and started writing him.
But yeah, wasn't it his son?
No, it was like his
There was somebody he knew, I thought.
yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. So his son
Isn't his son Brian Herbert?
yeah, he wrote him. Okay, so he wrote him with Kevin J. Anderson.
The writer, as the co-writer, along with Kevin J. Anderson.
Yeah, Kevin J. Anderson's the actual writer, and then Brian just was basically like the mediator of his father's work through the Herbert group or whatever they call themselves.
Makes sense. Weird.
Yeah, so in release order of the ones he wrote was Dune, Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, and then God Emperor of Dune, and then Heretics of Dune.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, they're all over the fucking place, dude. There's so many books, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So many books.
So getting off the book thing real quick.
Yep.
Did you happen to see that they released? They did some event for Resident Evil today, the new Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident Evil Village. I only watched the cinematic thing from it. That I think.
Yeah, that's what I only ended up watching as well. I clicked on it when they were starting. Like, I guess they were starting the stream for it, but they were just sitting there announcing like all tons of Monster Hunter World stuff.
Yeah.
So I clicked out of it and went and watched something else and totally forgot about it until it ended. Then I went back and watched just the trailer, and that actually looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird to see how they tie that into Umbrella Corporation and all the viruses and stuff and Resident Evil in general, because it's vampires and werewolves and
giant women.
Well, she's a vampire.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're just at this point so used to zombies and zombie type monsters, you know, and like Frankenstein's essentially. So it'll be weird to see, like, is fucking Umbrella Corporation just trying to make all, you know, classical monsters real? Is that what we're just
maybe
slowly boiling the Resident Evil series down to, is to classical monsters?
Maybe the T virus, right?
Well, it's one of them. You have the T virus, the G virus, other viruses. I can't remember them all.
No, it was the first one, the T virus, right?
T virus, I believe, was the first.
Yeah.
No, G virus, I think, was the first
Was it
one.
G? Okay, whatever that one was. Maybe that's like a thing to try to cure vampirism or something.
And yet it just turns you into a fucking zombie.
Yeah, just fucking kills you or whatever.
That'd
Um,
be weird if they retconned it, something like that.
uh, Somewhere in my timeline of shit on YouTube is the trailer for the new animated movie that's
Yeah,
on
that's probably a
Netflix.
while ago. Yeah.
No, they literally just released it because it's brand new for. I don't know if it has to do with this one, but it's called Infinite Darkness. Oh, here it is. There's a character trailer.
I thought they released it a while ago.
Well, I don't know if it's new or whatever, but I saw a thing coming out about it called it's called Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. And it looks gnarly. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was just looking at, like, they had a little teaser video for the teaser, which is weird.
It is the T virus from the first game. Is it the G virus in the second game? Sorry, that was bothering me.
Yeah, it is the T virus from the first one, right?
Yeah, the G virus is in the second one. It was
Okay.
introduced in the second one. Okay, that was bothering me.
Anyways, that's cool. That's cool. Um, Not film series. Yuck.
Dude, seriously, right?
Those movies are fucking terrible.
And yet, I've heard that they're going to reboot them,
Yeah.
but hopefully into more of a horror.
Maybe
Based
some
thing.
good stuff.
Yeah,
Animated movies. It's not even. It's a TV show. Oh my god, no, it's not. I thought it was a movie.
it's on Netflix. Yeah, I thought it was like a limited show on Netflix.
Oh shit, I thought it was a movie. That's fucking rad.
Because wasn't it being done by the same people that did
Talking
Castlevania?
Castlevania? No,
Yeah,
this is a CG, like the last couple they made.
no. The people doing Castlevania were doing another one. I can't remember what it was then. Obviously, it wasn't what's his name writing, but
Yeah, no.
yeah, whatever.
Um, boom, boom, boom. Anyways, yeah, no, I did watch the cinematic they did with it, which is pretty cool. And that game looks fucked up. Looks pretty
And it comes
fucked
out
up.
next month. Actually, we'll be getting a PlayStation owners will be getting a demo. I think it said April 24th or 27th or something like that, somewhere late April. But all of the consoles will be getting the demo on May 1st. That's something I haven't heard of in a long time, like actual demos for games.
Yeah, it seems. I think I think it might be coming back as a thing because Outriders just did their demo like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It came out, and now the game's out. But that was pretty. I was like, oh, this is an actual demo. That's cool. There was something else about Resident Evil I saw, and I don't know where it went. Oh, did you see that they did a life-size cutout of that lady?
Oh,
And
God,
they're at
she's 9 feet tall, if I recall right.
yeah, and they're at GameStops, and people are going like taking pictures and being all creepy around them. I was like,
Well, of
okay.
course.
Cool. Hood. Nope, I guess that was just the Resident Evil thing. Oh yeah, I guess it was. It was just talking about the limited time demo. There you go. It was that one. Same article you probably read.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 60-minute trailer. or 60 minutes total gameplay. Apparently,
Yeah, you'll be able to
interesting.
play as much as you can, I think, for an hour.
Yeah, 60 minutes. You can play as much as you want. It has 2 different locations. Includes the castle and the village itself. The demo phase, however, isn't something you'll be able to download and play whenever you like. Instead, it will only be playable for 24-hour window across May 1st and May 2nd in North America. Whoa, that's weird.
Oh, wait. So it's only available May 1st and May 2nd as a demo?
Yeah,
That's dumb. What does that fall on? Like a Saturday, Sunday?
probably. Let's look at this whole here calendar thing.
I don't have those days off.
That is a Sunday or Saturday, Sunday.
I don't have those days off.
Neither do I. Neither do I. I say. Yeah. So it says here, interesting. As a whole, where'd it go? Capcom has done something special for those PlayStation platforms. Rather than only giving PS4 and PS5 owners one window to play the demo, you'll have more opportunities to check the game ahead of time. And what Capcom is calling an 8 hours of Village. PS4 and PS5 players will have an 8-hour window across May 24th and 25th in North America to play a new castle demo, which lasts 30 minutes in total. So the early one on PlayStation, it's only 8 hours, an 8-hour window, but you only get 30 minutes and it's only one location. That's really bizarre.
That's really bizarre, really limited.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, and it's supposed to be out May 7th, the game itself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that is not that long to wait then.
No, not at all.
I thought they'd do like, yeah, hey, check the demo out here in May.
Now it comes out in like September.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, holiday season time. What the fuck, man? That's cool though. I may check out the demo. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
See
it's on the
how I
weekend.
feel.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the new gameplay trailer. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, okay. Then talks about the demo and the thing. They have fucking 9 articles about it. That's cool. That's
Right.
cool. New series sees Leon and Claire Redfield battling against zombies in a hollowed halls of the White House. Oh my god, dude! So that the Netflix show is in the White House.
Yeah. What was it? Resident Evil. Oh, what was that one weird spin? That one weird one that they split the story into 3 different. They split the game into like 3 different stories. You had Leon Kennedy. You had like some sort of SWAT team and like another group 2 people that have been in other Resident Evil games. But if I recall right, Leon's story takes place in the White House as he's trying to find the president or something like that, and the White House gets overrun. So if I recall right, they said that the show leads up to that game, is a prequel to that section of the game, or is a sequel to that section of the game. I can't remember.
Oh, that's weird. It's fucking crazy though.
But it also chronologically takes place before Resident Evil 4, I think.
So here's the upcoming television series might be acting as a prequel to Resident Evil 6, which saw Leon having to take on the foreseen duty of witnessing the President of the United States becoming a zombie himself. Needless to say, with the zombies swarming the White House, the aiming to be one of its craziest entries in the series, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it says prequel to 6. Could be.
So 6 was the one that they had 3 different stories going at the same time.
I think I remember hearing about that. I haven't played them in so long. I think 5 was actually the last one I played. Was that 5?
That was the Africa one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5. Well, no, I shouldn't say 5 was the last one. I started playing Resident Evil 7, and then something came out, and I stopped.
I don't know. Interesting.
What was the last major game that Can't remember now. I
Um,
meant to go back to it, especially since the main character from 7 is the character from 8.
oh, is it?
Yeah,
So it's a direct sequel?
it's a direct sequel, apparently.
It's the dude going after his sister, right? Was that this one?
Uh, Not his sister. So in 7, he was going after his essentially long lost ex girlfriend.
Oh, that's what it was. It was yeah.
She just Mia. She just disappears one day. No one can find her, and then like a bunch of years pass, and suddenly he gets a voicemail from her or an email from her. I can't remember which, uh, saying, "Hey, come and find me at this one place, here." And like the dummy drives there and gets himself caught up in Resident Evil 7.
Way to go, dummy.
Yeah.
Speaking of video games, real quick. Obviously Bethesda dropped all their games on Game Pass. Have you played Prey at all?
Prey? No, I haven't
Okay.
played it. I've seen gameplay footage of it, yes,
I
but I
think
haven't
you'll
played
actually
it.
like that game a lot.
I've
Game's
heard that.
pretty fun. I want to play the DLC, but it's not free on Game Pass. You only get a discount for it, but it's on the moon,
That's cool.
and I like that.
Yeah, the concept behind it is pretty cool, is interesting. I think when it came out, I just didn't wasn't really playing very many games at that point in time, and also there was the whole, is it a sequel to the original Prey that came out? No, it's not a sequel. Is it a reboot? No, it's not really a reboot. It's just kind of actually taking the name of that original Prey game. Like there was a weird confusion behind it when it got announced of what it was with relation to that Prey game.
Yeah, it's nothing like
It's nothing.
nothing at
Yeah,
all. If
there's
anything,
nothing.
it's closer to a BioShock game than it is Prey, the original game.
Right.
But it's very atmospheric. I can't even talk apparently. A lot of spooky, weird shit happens in it. It's pretty fun. And it takes place in space, so that's fun.
Yeah, space is always fun.
Yep. Unless you want to die there like a fucking psychopath, Joe.
I mean, it'd be a fun way to die. You're in
Okay,
space. You space die. You can't space die on Earth.
it's true.
You just
That's a,
die on Earth.
that's very it's very true, sir.
Yeah.
You are correct about that.
You'd be doing the
Um,
thing that everybody else does. How many people have died in space? Zero.
is that true?
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty good for us, huh?
Right?
Hmm, 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 hmm. So I guess speaking of dying in space, comes naturally. We are.
Joe.
I am Cody, and I actually probably say that's it for this week's episode.
Well, there's one more thing I want to
Oh,
mention
let's do this.
because I'm pretty sure that you're a fan of Back to the Future, right?
Yeah. I mean, come on now.
Okay. I thought you might be. Just a little inkling of an idea that I thought you had. Do you have Discovery Go? Discovery Plus, I should say. Discovery Plus Go. Discovery Go.
Discovery Plus.
Discovery Plus.
No,
That's what
why
it
am I
is. Yeah.
about to get it?
Probably not, but if you had it, it would be a bonus little thing to watch. I know that you guys I've talked about before. There's that one guy that does all the weird like ghost hunting and goes out and hunts for Bigfoot and stuff. His name is Josh Gates.
Yeah.
Uh, he's a huge fucking movie nerd as well. So last night, this weird ad comes across the screen as I was on Kotaku reading about stuff, and it's an ad for a show that he did called. So he does these shows called Expedition Unknown, Expedition,
Yeah.
the Afterlife. Like the shows that he does are for like this guy or like the Travel Channel, and everything that he does on there is branded Expedition something or other. This ad was for Expedition Back to the Future. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And so I finally watched, it's only 4 episodes, at least 4 episodes so far, because it started in March. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, it's highly scripted. He does like reality shows trying to find monsters and ghosts and stuff like that. But this is more of a highly scripted show. He's trying to track down a DeLorean, a screen used DeLorean, to use in an auction for Michael J. Fox's. I think it's called the Michael J. Fox Foundation, the Parkinson's Foundation that he does.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, like, they had everything lined up from the beginning to actually get the car into auction. But this is like a fun, like trying to find where this where the DeLorean is, and then going through. Apparently, there's 7 different DeLoreans that they used on the show or in the movies total. And so he's going through each and every one and where all of them are right now. And along the way, like episode 1, he meets up with Christopher Lloyd, and Christopher Lloyd is with him for the rest of the show, it looks like.
Oh, interesting.
And it is absolutely fun and fucking hilarious. And there's just little things here and there, like they pull up into Universal Studios lot, and the guard at the entrance is literally the principal. I forgot his name from the movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the dude who plays they end up in a diner at one point talking to the guy who actually made the DeLorean, or made the time machine DeLorean.
Okay.
And the dude serving them is the dude from the diner in the movie.
That's awesome.
It's little cameos and stuff like that that's just like fucking hilarious to watch. It's very fun if you get a chance to see it on Discovery Plus, because it's a Discovery Plus original, so I don't think it's actually going to be on
any of the networks,
any of the Discovery channels or anything like that. And like I said, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I have like at least 2 more to go. I don't know if they're doing any more for the rest of the season, because it aired March 15th, the first episode.
Okay.
But it's absolutely fun. It's really cool. It delves into the history of Back to the Future, of the DeLoreans themselves. Apparently, some dude, I can't remember his name, literally bought out DeLorean, the factory, the name, everything. So the DeLorean headquarters still exists. This dude still has all of the original parts that they had manufactured for all the DeLoreans in this warehouse. And one of the things that he does is when people need to restore their like a DeLorean, they can literally buy the original parts and they can have it restored there at the headquarters for DeLorean.
That dude loves Back to the Future.
Right?
Did I ever tell you I briefly dated a girl whose parents owned a DeLorean?
No.
And I got to drive it?
That would have been awesome.
It did not get up to 88 miles an hour. It could not. It didn't start every single time.
Car.
It's a very heavy
car and very underpowered for what it should have been.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's hot to the touch if it's in the sun.
Yeah, because apparently, well, first off, we all know that they were made stainless steel.
Yeah.
It was actually one of the points of the movie that they pointed out.
Yep.
The reason why he went with the DeLorean is because the body is made of stainless steel, which makes it really heavy as well. But apparently, as they pointed out in this small documentary, all DeLoreans that rolled off the floor were all stainless steel. None of them were painted. They didn't have a painter at DeLorean. So if you see a different color DeLorean, like a black one, a brown one, or whatever, somebody painted it, because they did not paint DeLoreans. That was just the raw stainless steel coming out of the factory.
Yeah, that's what this one's. It was exactly how it looked in the movie, except for it didn't have the flux capacitor or the
and the Mr. Fusion.
The Mr. Fusion didn't have that at all.
Maker on the back.
Yeah, I didn't have that on there. It was just regular with the slatted window thing in the back. Had the going doors. It was a DeLorean. It was awesome, and you had to fiddle with the key properly and have your foot on the brake to start it, but you had to like turn the key right before it starts to crank, then press on the brake. Yeah, it was really weird, but it was cool to drive one. They drive like shit, so that's fun.
I bet. It would still be fun to own one, but they probably don't. They don't operate like a very efficient car at all. I bet.
No.
According to the bill of sale that they showed to Universal bought each of the cars for $34,000 back then. So it was probably like, with inflation, like $50,000-$60,000.
Jesus Christ! They really wanted to make that movie, huh?
Yeah.
I guess you can't really. I mean, it probably costs more to fabricate one than it would just to buy a bunch of them.
Yeah, probably. They did have a fiberglass version that they used for like the flying scenes. Apparently, obviously, you can't. It's not very easy to fly a stainless steel fucking heavy car, so you make a fiberglass version that you can just lower with a forklift or hang from wires or whatever else they had to do to it in order to make it look like it's flying.
Makes sense.
I would say definitely if you get a chance to watch it. It is so much fun to watch, and Christopher Lloyd is just hilarious. Even the way it starts is Josh is walking along a deserted desert road, talking about time travel and this and that, and suddenly fucking a Tesla Model S or something, like the more sedan version one, just suddenly like comes out of nowhere, screeching tires and everything, and it is dressed up to look like the DeLorean.
That's funny.
And Christopher Lloyd gets out of the vehicle, but it's not Christopher Lloyd, it's Doc Brown. He's literally playing Doc Brown at the beginning, and they're going through the whole, like, Josh, you have to find this car. You see, he gives them a newspaper from the future, and you can see it like slowly disappearing in the background. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is so fucking hilarious and fun to watch.
Interesting. I might check that out. Might just have to do a trial of Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I think that's it for this week's episode. Again, so. That's Joe. I'm Cody. Mike's not here.
Yeah. No. Mike's got the COVID vaccine.
Blues?
Yeah, blues.
Whatever you want to call that. Headache, body aches, 2 gallons of Chick-fil-A sweet tea. Which I didn't know you got for having COVID shots, so I'm excited to get that.
Right?
But yeah, no, that's it for this week's episode, everybody. As usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.
Bye.